What up, y'all? It's Crew, also known as Araneae Storm, checking in for the Pluto series. Pluto in Sagittarius, to be exact, 95 through 2008. Okay, I am your Cosmic Rootwork astrologist specializing in Mars activations as well as North Node and South Node consultations. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can hit me up at araneastorm.ways.com/info. And you can find me on all social media at Araneae Storm. Tapestries, artwork, all of that on deck. You feel me? Be nice. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. For all my artwork and stuff like that, you could definitely check it out. Yeah, we just gonna hop right into it. We'll talk about the energy of Pluto first, and then we'll talk about how Pluto and Sagittarius kind of do they dance on that thing. All right. So to my Pluto and Sagittarius generation. All right. Let's talk about Pluto first. As I said again, this is the energy rulership over Scorpio. So this is where we talk about death, rebirth, transformation, basically bringing things up and making them anew. You know, Scorpio wants to get deep. Pluto wants to go deep, right? And see things for what they are, you know, underneath, below the surface, right? Underneath the surface, you know, like the phoenix going into the ashes and rising out anew so it can be reborn again, right? We are not meant to come into this world to stay the same. We are meant to be in this world to transform, to awaken, to ascend, right? And that's what Pluto wants to bring in. And a lot of times when we have Pluto transits, or when we're just dealing with heavy, or if you have a lot of Pluto in your chart, or you're dealing with heavy Pluto energy, it can get deep, right? But also too, one thing we talk about with Pluto is the power. It's that self-power, that self-regenerative energy to be able to heal and be able to come out once again reborn and anew. You know what I mean? So it doesn't always necessarily have to, it can feel deep, right? Or it can feel like you are stuck or in this kind of cloud over your head kind of energy, or depression is definitely a thing when we talk about Pluto, or being obsessive, or you know what I mean? Like that kind of energy, or that rage, or that, you know, embodiment of wanting or need or seated of control when we talk about Plutonic energy. But it could also be, once again, like I said, spiritual ascension. This can be like developing your psychic and intuitive gifts with Pluto energy, the mystery schools. Like I said, the things that are hidden and unseen, and bringing those things to light. This is also Plutonic energy as well. So that's a little bit about Pluto. When Pluto meets with Sagittarius, in this generation, we are transforming the way we look and see travel, right? So Sagittarius lives through experiences. It's mutable fire, right? We have fixed, because Scorpio is very fixed sign, fixed water sign. And then we have Sagittarius there with Pluto. This is definitely wanting, you know, Sagittarius really going on that journey. So Sagittarius, or this generation, needs to travel, right? And not just around the corner, but I would definitely recommend this Pluto and Sagittarius generation. If y'all could take that little trip, take that trip across the board, definitely take that trip across the board. If you are not able to travel, and travel is not a thing for you, astral projection is a thing. You definitely want to look into that. Just don't go into astral projection, because it's a world that you'll, yeah. Take your time on astral projection if you go in there, right? And we also too, for the Pluto and Sagittarius generation, like, you know, reading a book, you know, talking to somebody from a different country, speaking another language is also something you can do if you want to experience that Sagittarian energy, right? Seeing big picture things, being able to look at the big picture and kind of get in that versus trying to figure out all the like minute details, right? Pluto and Sagittarius wants to do big things, right? And Pluto will allow Sagittarius to do those things. You just have to be open. You have to have an open mind. You have to have an open heart. And so I think oftentimes with the Pluto and Sagittarius generation, especially from a young age, there'll be a lot of things that you want to do as a kid. You want to go this and you want to do that. And that's not to say that your people in your setting will encourage those things or won't encourage those things. But you have to have a little bit of a little bit more of a push, I think, coming out of childhood in order to do those things, in order to really truly live in that Sagittarian truth. right? You have to go through a rebirth of that, like that open and free blunt form of expression, being able to go outside of your own comfort zone to do things. Pluto and Sagittarius will teach you this. So adventuring, exploring, like I said, meeting new people from different places, different faces, this need for freedom, right? This need to be free, this need to, like I said, learn from your mistakes, learn from different things that you do go through within your life, right? Endless amount of energy. Sagittarius period has a lot of energy, and you need to put that energy somewhere, because once again, Pluto is power. So you need to be able to put that energy into something. So Sagittarius will guide you, right, and put you in the path that you need, that you need to be putting that energy into, right? Yeah. Pluto Sagittarius will definitely do that for you. So maybe getting up a cause, or, you know, education system too. So Pluto and Sagittarius, y'all are going to be the generation that redefines the structure of higher education and what that means. So we are in a South Node Sagittarius transit as I do record this, North Node in Gemini. So we're talking more so about on a South Node in Sagittarius tip, you know, because I'm pretty sure this is aspecting y'all's chart in some way. How we are talking about education, how we are experiencing education a lot now. What's going on in the system of colleges, foreign trade, things like that. Those things are under fire. They are changing, right? Because a lot of the things that we learn within these systems are mostly predicated on other people's idea of how we should think, live, breathe, and learn. And everybody doesn't learn in one way, right? And a lot of stuff that is in these history books aren't necessarily conducive to our reality, right? It's not not actually spreading the whole truth. So you'll see that the Pluto in Sagittarius generation is more so, it's very much so like Pluto Scorpio, questioning every fucking thing. All right. After you leave the Pluto Libra generation and you move into that Pluto Scorpio generation, you know, we question shit. You know, we want to know why things are the way that they are. You know, Pluto Scorpio or Pluto Sagittarius generation is like, I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't make any sense. So I'm kind of trying to figure out like what's what. And it's just going to call it out. It's not going to try to like go over it or try to keep the peace. It's very much so blunt in its expression, how it feels. Pluto will teach you this over time, to just say it. Right? There's also a level of optimism here, and also going on above and beyond the surface, right? So as Pluto wants to dig beneath the surface, Pluto and Sagittarius will dig it out. And not only will it dig it out and bring it above the surface, but it will expand it into other things, right? It'll expand the knowledge over here, expand the knowledge over here, take it over this way, take it over that way. You feel me? That'll definitely be Pluto in Scorpio generation for sure with that. Also uncovering a corrupt system. You know, Sagittarius wants to talk about it. Like Sagittarius wants to talk about why the system is crazy, you know, and through its own experiences, it will open up the conversations for that. Keeping an open mind. And putting yourself in other people's shoes is another thing that Pluto and Sagittarius will have to learn as they go, and not being so fixated, because sometimes, like, I guess you could say just like a lower frequency energy of Sagittarius is know-it-all energy, or more so being like, well, you know, this is my experience. What about yours? You know what I mean? And it's more so being able to keep an open mind. That's what you learn from Gemini, into being like, okay, my experience doesn't necessarily have to be your experience, so it doesn't have to come off in a more so dogmatic way of like, this is how I think, see, and feel, so you should think, see, and feel like this too, type of energy of Pluto Sagittarius. So, like I said, as you begin to go through life and alchemize that energy, it will turn more so from a energy of know-it-all energy from Sagittarius to I don't know it all, but I'm willing to experience and I'm willing to learn. Okay, so that is my summary of Pluto and Sagittarius. Like I said, we will be getting into the Pluto series, or not the Pluto series, we will, because we are in the Pluto series, we will be talking about the planets, right, piece by piece. So we'll talk about each planet and the energy of each planet, and a little bit of history of each planet, and then we'll move into the house series, Then we'll move into the aspects. Or should we do aspects first? We'll move into the house. Then we'll do like degrees and aspects. And then we'll do, I think that. Then we'll do the full birth chart, right? So I'm trying to build it up. So by the time we get to that birth chart, y'all, you're like, okay, so I know what this is. Okay, so how does this correlate with this? You feel me? All right, so that is my summary of Pluto and Sagittarius. Once again, we're going to be moving on to Pluto and Capricorn, all right? All right, y'all. All right, I'll see y'all soon. We're going to be taking a break for the week, like I said, and then moving into the next series. So, Pluto, Capricorn, yeah, we're experiencing right now, yeah, okay, cool. Deuces.